Hello YouTube, how you doing? This low power. Yep, back here again. I just want to do this video. I said, this is a basketball video, and as you know, I'm a big Shaq fan. I just want to do this video because, Shaq is about to go to Cleveland. Actually, he's now a Cleveland Cavalier, and Shaquille O'Neal is going to be teaming LeBron James. And what you hear is how people always want to down Shaq for the players he's played with. He has played with great players. Played with Penny Hardaway, was a great player. He's played with Kobe Bryant, amazing player, one of the best players of all time. He played with Dwayne Wade. To me, he's talent-wise, he's just as good as he has top 10 talent. He probably will never get top 10 recognition, but he's a great player. Now he's going with LeBron James, a guy who I believe could end up being the best player to ever play the game. But we know right now, at this point, it's Michael Jordan, and that's without a doubt. But you know, uh, I want to do this video because I'll be listening. Sometimes I listen to Jim Rome. Don't really like his show. I think it's kind of whack. But for some reason, when I'm riding out to do my jobs, I listen to the sports radio. I used to listen to Christian radio or sports radio, and sometimes there's nothing good on either one. So I listen to Jim Rome's show, and he talks about Shaq gravy training uh, Dwayne Wade to a championship, and you hear people talk like Shaq just goes to a team that has a good player and wins a championship. Like he just gravy trains people. Okay, let's look at this real quick before we get to the Dwayne Wade. Let's go back to Orlando. Orlando made it to one championship, to the finals. They didn't win the championship. Got swept by Akeem Olajuwon and the Rockets. Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler and the Rockets, two top 50 players. And Shaq played great. Him and Hardaway played great in that series. But Shaq even played better than Hardaway, and Hardaway played great. And they still lost the series because Akeem played great too, and Clyde played great, and the rest of the Rockets played great. So, but let's look at this. Okay, Shaq went to Orlando. He was the number one pick of the draft. The next year, the Orlando Magic drafted Chris Webber and traded him to Golden State for the rights to Penny Hardaway. Penny came after Shaq. Okay, let's go to the LA Lakers. Kobe Bryant was drafted by, I think, the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Charlotte Hornets, and was traded to the LA Lakers. Shaq came there as a free agent. Shaq wasn't trying to gravy chain Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, that was his rookie year. He was okay. He didn't do much, but the next year he played great. He played great during the time they won the championships. But let's look at why they won the championships. I can't really grasp people who want to give Kobe more credit for them championships. Shaq was the man. Kobe was great. Shaq needed Kobe, of course. But Shaq was the man. During the playoffs, he averaged 30 points, 15 rebounds a game, 15 and a half rebounds a game, first two championships. Kobe's numbers don't touch Shaq's during those three championships. The third year, I think his numbers touched Shaq's. But to give Kobe more credit really is like it doesn't make any sense at all. Now you want to say Kobe brought him out. Kobe did make the clutch plays. He was the clutch player. You give him credit for that. But the other games and the other part of the game do count too. When Shaq's dominating and y'all blowing teams out and y'all winning games, that part counts too. And Shaq doing what he did really does count. He averaged 30 points, 15 and a half rebounds, and the fact that teams were double and triple teaming him and that opened up shots for other players. Shaq was the main guy on that team. And the thing is, okay, we could tell who was the main guy on that team real simple. Let's look at the team when during those championship years when Shaq didn't play. Shaq missed 26 games those 3 years they won the championships. In those 26 games, the LA Lakers finished 13 and 13. That means they were 50%. That means if you had a whole season where Shaq missed, without Shaq, following that same rate, they would finish, what is it, 41 and 41. Now, over that same span, fat, lazy Shaq, he missed, in those 3 years, he missed 26 games. But Kobe Bryant actually missed more games during those years. He missed 32 games. And the LA Lakers finished 25-7. I didn't even do the percentage on that, but I think it's like 70%. Let me see. 20, I can't do it off the top of my head. 7 into. But anyway, that's in 32 games. That means they won 25 games, and so that would mean in 50 games they would finish. If you double that, that'll be like 50-14, and that'd be a 64 game season. 18 more games left with the same percentage. They went almost 70 games without Kobe. I mean, not that that would actually happen, but the point is that during those years, that was Shaq's team. Shaq was the man. He made the bigger difference on the team, not Kobe Bryant. Okay, let's go to Dwayne Wade. Now, of course, I have no problem with saying Dwayne Wade was the best player on the team when Miami won the championship. And the year before, they won the championship. It was a question of who was the better player, who was the man on the team. I think Shaq was the man, but it was so close. It was really close. But anyway, point is this: that over those first 3 years with Miami, Shaquille O'Neal missed a whole lot of games. He missed 74 games, and in those 74 games, Miami went 35-39. Now, over that same period of time, Dwayne Wade missed 24. Let me get this right. Yeah, Dwayne Wade missed 43 games. They went 24-19. Now, the point I'm trying to make is to show you that the big difference Shaq made on both of these teams. Now, year they won the championship, Shaq played great, had a great year. He missed a lot of games, but they was 10-13 that year when he wasn't playing. So that's why their team seemed like it was a weak team that won the championship. No, they was a hurt team that won the championship. Once Shaq came back and they got their chemistry together, I knew they was going to win the championship that year, and that's what they did. Now, Shaquille played great. He played good all through the playoffs, but he was hurt at times, so he didn't play. But when he got to the finals, Dwayne Wade brought him through. Dwayne Wade played great. People say Shaq had a bad series, but when you look at the games, you break them down game by game. He had 2 bad games. He had 1 all right game. In those 3 games in Miami, he played well and he played good. He didn't dominate, but he played good. They needed him. And so when those people want to say, oh, they would have won with Alonzo Mourning because you used the plus and minus thing. That plus and minus thing that's a garbage stat, plus and minus. You come in for 2 minutes, your team score 4 points, the other guy don't score. You plus 4. What kind of sense that made? That's a bogus stat. Alonzo Mourning outplayed Shaq once or twice in that series. That was in Game 6. The other 3 games, one of the games, Alonzo Mourning didn't even play. Might have played like 2 or 3 minutes. And of the 3 games, out of 4 games that they won, Alonzo Mourning outplayed Shaq 1 game. So they would not have won that series, even that series, without Shaquille O'Neal. Those 3 games in the middle, Shaquille played great. They needed him to win. So to say Shaq gravy trains, that's ridiculous. Shaq had a great player with Kobe Bryant, but Shaq dominated. Shaq was playing basically evenly with Dwayne Wade while he was healthy with the Miami Heat. And now he's going to Cleveland. Of course, to me, LeBron James right now is the best player in the league. And of course, LeBron gonna be the man, but Shaq gonna help out there too. And they win a championship. If he helps out, he deserves the credit. He deserves credit for winning the 5th championship in a great career.